let's look natural in 2020, or let's at least try. Hello my lovelies and welcome back to another video. I am so into filming these days. Like, I feel that since Vlogmas that I have done a video every single day. I just got in such a habit of talking to you guys, and I feel like we've gotten so close. I'm trying so hard to respond to every single comment under my YouTube videos, to every single comment under my Instagram pictures. I'm trying to really engage with you, to respond to you, to have what I've always wanted to have, which is a good community, and nothing else interests me more than having a strong relationship with you guys. You guys have asked me to film a video on top trends of 2020 and what I think will be big, especially since I have actually seen most of these already at Fashion Weeks in September. Well, in September was Spring Summer 20, so that's when I got a chance to see what's going to be trending. I have filmed a video about the trends we will not be bringing, or we should ditch, in 2020. There, I said it. It's out there. It's on the internet. Oh boy, that stirred some... well, I mean, it caused some commotion. Let's just put it that way. A lot of people got offended, especially about my comment on the long claw nails, where actually it was such a strong topic. There were so many opinions which were saying like, thank God someone finally said it, and opinions which were people getting offended, telling me that I'm ugly and that my hands are ugly just because that's my opinion. But that's okay. We all have 100% rights to say our opinion. Just like you have 100% rights to call me whatever you want to call me, and to say that my hands are ugly and that whatever, you know, you don't like. Just like that, I have rights to say that I particularly do not perceive a certain trend as appealing, and that is the long claw nails. Specifically, if they're this long, they're curving, and they have various amount of crystals on them. I do not believe that's beautiful. This is something that my parents taught me when I was like 5. Tastes are not to be discussed because everybody has a different taste, and that's okay, right? Let's move on. The trends I am going to be discussing with you are going to be based on what I have seen at catwalks of New York, London, Milan and Paris Fashion Weeks in September. I've attended all 4 fashion weeks and I will be doing the same this February, so I'm not like an expert in the field, but in a way I have seen it all firsthand, so I guess I can talk to you about it. I don't know if this is gonna require some kind of disclosure, but I would like to say that you should not get offended. These are just opinions. If you don't like something, do not buy into the trend. Please do not buy into the trend. Trends are not necessary. This is just a piece of information if you do like to play with fashion a little bit. And that's what fashion should be. Fun. It should be fun. It should be like a fun, playful hobby. If you cannot afford very expensive pieces, you can aspire, or you can try and hunt cheaper alternatives, or you can try and make something of your own, or you can rip your old jeans that are not trendy anymore and make a new trendy pair out of them, because fashion should be fun. It should be, you know, like playful. It should be your tool of kind of expressing yourself, and something that you just like to have a bit of fun with. We're not really saving lives here, you know, so let's just have a little bit of fun with it. Trend number 1 I would like to mention are hot pants. Hot pants were everywhere on the catwalk, like from Chanel. I mean, when did you ever see Chanel making hot pants before? This was a really, really big trend, and I do understand that this is not a trend for everybody, and not everybody is super into, or not everybody thinks that their body is like, you know, looks great in hot pants, which is personal perception. It does not matter how big or small you are, it's just about how you see yourself. Hot pants will be a big trend at Spring Summer 2020. That will be everywhere, so that's something you will be seeing a lot around Riviera in spring. I also remember very well this one Chanel look which was styled with black tights. We will insert a picture of it. And of course not everybody is super comfortable wearing, like I said, tiny shorts. However, in that case you can go for a version with tights. Thing number two that I wanted to mention is keeping it natural, and this is something that I have briefly touched upon in my Transition Ditch in 2020 video. I think that everything is going to be more natural. We have already kind of seen that in 2019. A lot of people have chopped off their extensions and gone for shorter hairstyles. A lot of people have removed their acrylic nails. A lot of people have removed their fillers like me, and I think just going more natural, more and more natural is what we'll be looking into 2020. Going back to basics has never been as attractive as it is now, and people are still investing, like, you know, in fake stuff, but as long as it looks natural. And I think that's going to be the key. That is the key. Not everybody is blessed with like good quality nails or thick hair or whatever, but in that case no one is really going overboard with doing very fake looking extensions. Now, I understand as well that some people get offended when I talk about these things. They say like, oh, but for some tribes it's like in their cultural DNA to have like very long hair or very long nails, and that's absolutely fine, but that's not a trend. That's something that's cultural, that's beautiful, that is amazing. When you go to see that, when you see that someone's preserving their culture, when I go back home and I see also some different things because of the different cultural backgrounds, it's really beautiful. But that's not a trend. That's something that's there due to their cultural background. So I just wanted to briefly touch upon that because I have noticed that some people are mixing things here and there. So going back to basics is going to be the beauty trend number one. Of course, you know, the no makeup look, which actually requires probably more makeup than heavy makeup look, and kind of playing more with that, oh, I'm just like, you know, sun kiss me a little bit, I've got some freckles on my nose, I've got like natural bushy eyebrows with the whole laminating brows, and just going very natural. There's no more those like massive fake eyelashes, like, you know, the like Russian style they call them. When you go to get them done, they call them Russian style. It's not that I'm saying that this is from Russia, it's just that that's what they call them. And they have these like, you can get these like really thick black dark eyebrows done, but that's not really trend now. The trend is to get them to look very natural. And even if you have them done, and even if they're fake, they still have to look natural. That is the main goal. Let's look natural in 2020, or let's at least try. Go back to basics. Floral, highlight, whole of that real. So we kind of had the floral trend already in 2019, and I have to say I did not like it. You could have never seen me wearing fluorescent clothing, I believe. Maybe like some kind of fluo pink, but it's not really even that fluo, it's like borderline. I have to say that I'm not a massive trend of fluorescent colors. I'm very sensitive when it comes to colors, so for me colors have to be perfectly matched. Apparently it's, I think I've spoken about this before and it's a little bit even embarrassing, apparently it's one of my talents. That's what my birth chart and my stars say. Colors and matching colors. But basically I love colors, and colors are very important to me. Fluorescent colors do not appeal to me because they go into an extreme kind of end, and even though I love bright colors, I'm not like, oh, I only wear pastels kind of girl. I'm like bright color kind of girl as well, but maybe not fluorescent that much. There's a reel of colors that is kind of borderline fluorescent colors, but it's just not as saturated, and that is something that you could see at, for example, Jacquemus spring summer collection. That collection I just want it in my wardrobe now. Like, I cannot wait. I've pre-ordered so many of the pieces from Jacquemus spring summer. I love it. It's full of like kind of minty greens, light greens, mixes like of orange and red, like color blocking, and honestly that is something that's gonna be very popular at spring summer as well. Also winter, like winter coats, which are going to be very colorful, very like, again, color blocking. Disco color will be hugely popular. Again, seen it on Jacquemus, so that has just kind of reminded me to continue. Saint Laurent, like so many brands have done that, and it has been quite like away for a long time, and disco color is now back. Now, suits were like booming in 2019. I have even written an article about suits as a massive trend for 2020. I'm really trying to be super kind of current with all the trends on the blog, so you can always go and check that out. And I have in fact written a whole blog post about the coming trends for 2020. Business in Bermuda is going to be a big trend this year. I'm talking about suits, but the Bermuda pant version. So obviously, like, suits are still staying, are here to stay. There will be massive trend, like tailoring. Guys, tailoring is such a big trend. Like, if I could choose just one trend, it would be suits and natural beauty. That's still two. I couldn't choose just one trend. There's quite a few I like. There's also quite a few that I don't like, and I'm telling you about that. I love the suits, but the Bermuda trousers do not quite suit me. I don't think that I personally have the legs for Bermuda trousers. I don't think that suits my body shape. However, I think it's going to be a massive trend. It's going to be everywhere. You will be seeing it a lot on street style. If I find a pair of Bermuda trousers that suit me, I will gladly wear them. I guess it's also a trick finding the pair that suits you. Maybe like if I find a very high-waisted pair that is then kind of like more tighter to the leg rather than very wide. Not sure. Like, that's again kind of going back to the cycling shorts. But this is the evolution of cycling shorts trend. So if you think about the cycling shorts trend, it was very trendy when worn cycling shorts and big oversized blazer, and now the cycling shorts have evolved into the Bermuda trousers. That's basically the kind of natural progression of the trend. Bags. I have spoken about this. We are now done with micro bags and we're going back to big puffy bags. Pillow bags have kind of started with Margiela making their pillow bag. It was kind of even before the Bottega pouch. So Margiela pillow bag kind of started building a bit of hype. Then Bottega came out, when Daniel Lee came out with his pouch, and he was like, I'm gonna run with this. People are buying into it. Not only that he has come up with a new version for spring summer which contains a chain, he's got a new one as well, which you guys have seen this. I know it looks squashed, but it's just like a pillow bag, so there's not really shape to it. And what's really nice about it is that it fits a lot. This one has a handle, and then we have this one which does not have a handle. You really need to fill them in, otherwise they look a bit empty, I would say. I have friends who tell me that they just put a sweater or a pair of socks inside just so they look full, but I think they're really beautiful. They're very cool. You can even sleep on them. If you're on a plane, maybe I wouldn't suggest that. But my point is that the big bags are coming back, which makes me very happy because my new B35 will be a big trend as well for the year. I kind of really can already imagine what I would style her with, and if I would want to also follow some other trends, I would go with the jeans that will be massive in 2020. And the jeans I'm talking about are, now I don't know if this particular style has actual name. Imagine like baggy jeans that are not boyfriend jeans, but they're slouchy at the bottom and then they're tucked in your shoes. That's sort of a trend that has a little bit as well continued in, like, started in 2019 with like slouchy trousers tucked into sandals. That's going to be still a trend in 2020. You will see that a lot coming spring. You will see people wearing trousers with like sandals around the ankle. Now imagine that kind of going ahead with changing into jeans version. So you have those like baggier jeans, they're tucked into sandals or boots, but they look like really cool, and I would love to wear that with a crop top and an oversized boyfriend blazer and my new Hermes bag. So boyfriend blazer, yes, will be still a trend in 2020, which makes me so happy because I have like 20 boyfriend blazers. I have kind of briefly mentioned in one of my videos that I'm getting a little bit off my Balmain blazers because they're so tailored in a way that they're very waisted. As nice as that is for like nights out or date nights out, I think it's just not so fashionable. They are getting a little bit too, again, mainstream. Personally, I would rather go for a boyfriend blazer, like an Acne blazer, Balenciaga blazer, Calvin Klein blazer, Stella blazer, Magda Butrym blazer. Isabel Moran makes an incredible boyfriend blazer. I think those are going to be much cooler for 2020 than your very tight blazers. But if you want to show your waist, there's a trend that will be very popular in 2020, which is kind of like a waistcoat type of styles. Now Etro, I saw this at Etro fashion show. There were these like all of the supermodels from like basically like Victoria's Secret show. They were wearing these like waistcoat suits. That was very cool. That kind of touches upon the suit and tailoring trend, but it's really, really cool and incredible, and I personally love that trend. There are a few more things that I have noticed on runway, and one thing is like a trench coat, but especially like a leather or faux leather trench. That's going to be massive in 2020, and when we start getting into autumn winter, you will also notice a lot of like leather, like, or faux leather, like, you know, the leather look, that type of outerwear. Also painted a lot, so for example the wallpaper type of print, which is also going to be popular in 2020, sort of like 60s inspired, something that I have seen at Marni showroom. I also believe that in general colorful outerwear will be really, really big. Still puffy big jackets, this time in even more fluorescent colors, but basically puffy jackets will still be here, as well as teddy coats, which is what you guys asked me. Anything that's comfortable, anything that's not too tailored or too tight will still be very popular. Feathers are still going to be here in 2020, which makes me very happy because you guys know how much I love my jeans from Prada with the feather bottom hem. I've seen even more feathers on the runway in general for spring summer 20. I've also seen a lot of those like bra tops. For example, you would wear like high-waisted trousers with the boyfriend jacket, but underneath just a bra top, but it's not a bra, it's a top. I guess eventually or very quickly this trend will be over, because it's going to be something that very quickly becomes tacky and kind of overspread all over Instagram. And the last thing I would like to discuss with you for spring summer 2020 trends is polka dot. It's going to be big in 2020. It's not one of my favorite trends. It's never been one of my favorites. I feel a bit like infantile, I don't know, wearing it, but I know a lot of people love it, and I often like it. Like, for example, seeing it on my mom, it's very nice, but then would I wear it? No. If I say that now and you see me, you're gonna roast me, of course, so I'm not even gonna say it. But polka dots is going to be a big trend, so if you have pieces that you were thinking about throwing out, rethink that. So that was it for the top trends of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before I leave you, I just wanted to tell you and insert pictures of some of the top shoe trends for 2020 that I think you should kind of keep in mind. Maybe I could even make a whole video about this. I just wanted you to be the first to know, you know, I wanted you to already, like, I already wanted to see the plant in your brain so that you know what to look out for when you're buying on high street or high end, it doesn't matter. So the shoe trends that will be big in 2020 are, well, starting off with sandals. I guess I could speak about that because the winter collections I will only be able to see in February. But sandals, there's a lot of sort of like front platform with a back chunky heel, sort of like, you know, the old Miu Miu style type of shoe, like weird type of heel. So either like inverted heel or kind of like I don't know, like flower heel or something that's just very geometrical, but it's not your usual type of heel. Kitten heel with pointy shoes are still going to be present, still very around, which I'm happy because of my Prada pointy kitten heel shoes. Mules will be everywhere, from Givenchy to Bottega to Proenza, basically everything. Everyone will be doing mules. Still, mules are here to stay. I know that many of you are not fans of mules, but I mean, if you are not like, you know, the biggest fan of them, just don't invest in the trend. That's fine, it will go away like any others, but then let the people who like them enjoy as it's their prime time. Bottega will have few more shoes that are epic this spring summer. They've really created some styles which are breathtaking, and I am actually going to be buying into that trend. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of like really, really beautiful detailing in Daniel Lee's work this season again. They are very high on my radar. Fendi is going back to their grandma chic, which they usually sort of do for spring summer. Winter, like, I'm more into their winter boots than into their spring summer shoes, but I believe that they will not disappoint us this season as well. I just need to try them on. They're coming with this kind of like chunky heel and a closed type of like a sling back type of shoe, but a Fendi version. There'll be a lot of like a platform sandal, like a sandal with a really, really thick platform, something that Prada always used to make, and they will still be having this spring summer. It's not really my kind of style of shoe, but I do think it's quite trendy. That's more or less it for the kind of like top shoe trends for spring summer, what you will be seeing. I hope you got a little bit inspired. In case you're clearing your wardrobe, I just wanted to like remind you a little bit to maybe donate to charity. Like if you have a lot of clothes that you do not require anymore or that you do not want to keep, maybe consider donating it to charity or people in need. As you guys know, we sell my unwanted clothes on my Depop account and then give the proceeds to charities, because I just think that if I don't need something, I don't see any other better way of getting rid of that than if someone else is benefiting from it. So that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys!